Initiate vigilante mode.
Talking about movies.
This is a non-spoiler review, so I'm not going to tell you what happens in the movie or give you details. I'll be as vague as possible, alright? Okay, so this has been just like a really busy weekend, so many things happening, and I just recorded a whole bunch of content, and the microphone that I just bought was not on, so I gotta get used to switching that on. So, here we go again. I had a chance to see Captain America Civil War. Arguably my most anticipated movie of this year. Captain America Civil War stars Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and a whole list of other people. The cast list is just too grand to list out right now. The movie picks up sometime after Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man, and we're exploring in this movie kind of the significance of collateral damage and responsibility and one's role as a superhero. If I were to describe this movie in 3 words, it would be mature, layered, and relevant. I was really impressed with the depth that they were able to explore with this movie. They paced themselves, took their time within the film. The first act of the movie is a lot of character building, and it's not like they need to do a lot of character building. They've done so much over the last 13 movies, but it was a welcome aspect of this movie. I really enjoyed the fact that they spent time to really explore these characters and their opinions on their role in society. This movie explores Bucky Barnes in a very interesting way, and his kind of this tortured soul of a character. I find myself strangely identifying with him for some reason, other than the fact that he's my new best friend. Just saying. He was really great in the film. He gave a really good performance. And of course, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans followed suit. They were amazing. They inhabit their roles. These are people, and that's what I love the most about this movie. These are people dealing with conflict on a political level, and it comes to blows. I would say that this movie is also an end of an arc, starting with Captain America the Winter Soldier and then Age of Ultron, and then this would be like the 3rd act of this kind of quasi-trilogy. But like it really built and enhanced some of those things that I didn't love about Age of Ultron. It actually made a lot of the events of that movie even more significant and profound. These directors, they just have a great grip on this content. The Russo brothers, they really understand this universe and these characters and how to shoot it as well. The writers of the film are also, they deserve a great deal of credit. Marcus and McFeely, they were wonderful. The dialogue is great. The pacing of the movie is pretty solid. I found myself really invested in this world. It had humor, it was dark, but it could be funny when it needed to be. I didn't find it to be forced humor. Certain characters kind of bring those elements to it, but everybody really just was in harmony. Harmony is a great word to describe this movie. Paul Rudd was great, he kind of stood out to me. Paula Bettany was great, Elizabeth Olsen, and Scarlett Johansson, man, she really killed it in this movie. I think this is my favorite Black Widow kind of story, and I really am hoping that she gets her own solo film. I'm hearing rumblings that it's like gonna happen now. Everybody was really great, but obviously the 2 that really deserve the biggest shout out are Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther and Tom Holland as Spider-Man. No surprise that Spider-Man is in this movie at this point, okay guys? Relax. Black Panther was awesome. The way they shot him, the suit, his performance, wonderful. They introduced him in like 5 minutes. You don't need an origin story to introduce him like that, and he was just perfect. He just nailed it. I think we've all been waiting to see this Spider-Man. He was amazing. He was literally like perfect. Perfect casting. I loved Spider-Man. His scenes were really, really, really well done. Well written too. The action was phenomenal, mind-blowing. This is not a spoiler, but I will say one word. Airport. Wow! My cons are very meager. Some of the CGI didn't work for me, and especially when we're talking about Spider-Man, I just felt like there could have been a little bit more live action weaved into those sequences. It was still good. There's a character that I was kind of like, where is this character? Why is he not in this movie? Thought that he could have kind of had an interesting role in the film. I'm not going to cry about it. There's a character played by Martin Freeman, Bilbo Baggins, right? He's a great actor. He just didn't really do anything in this movie, and I don't know why he was there. Other than those things, I really had no other real problems with this movie. Everybody seems to be naysaying the villain of the film, Zemo, played by Daniel Bruhl, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. I think this is maybe, next to Loki, my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe villain. Well, first of all, they stripped away that purple sock that he wears or whatever, and they humanized this character. And I don't want to say anymore. Go see it. Give him a chance as a villain, okay? I thought he was really good. Really kind of moving. I will say one last time, the rating system is coming. I have to shoot a lot of content for that, and I'm just so busy right now, so I'm gonna have to like kind of postpone that for a little while. I think I'm gonna grade this movie. This movie gets an A, a solid A, all right? It was just about as good as it could have been. I do not feel disappointed by anything. I can't wait to see it again and really pick it apart even further. Captain America, Civil War, one of the best comic book movies of all time. What did you think of the movie? Did you get a chance to see it? Are you interested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or are you kind of new to it? What do you think? What do you think of Spider-Man and Spider-Man getting his own movie and their collaboration at this point with Sony? There is a spoiler review that I did shoot, which I hope you have a chance to check out. It is a little bit of a panel discussion on the movie. We actually shot that before I shot this, and it's really great, actually. It's really fun, so check that out if you have a chance, and once you've seen the film. Leave a comment, let me know. This has been fun. I gotta get out of here. I'm crazy day.
Vigilante mode deactivated.
Talking about movies.